The 5 pillars of emotional recursion theory, a testable framework for effective reality selection. 1. Introduction. Human behavior, decision-making, and personal transformation have long been studied across diverse fields such as psychology, neuroscience, behavioral economics, and philosophy. Yet, despite decades of research, a clear, actionable model that explains how emotional tension shapes outcomes remains elusive. Traditional frameworks focus heavily on cognitive models of decision-making. For example, rational choice theory, cognitive behavioral models, while often overlooking the subtle but critical role of emotional drivers, particularly the tension between fear and bravery. Moreover, while popular culture increasingly embraces the idea of manifestation and reality creation, these approaches often lack scientific rigor, leading to skepticism and limited practical application. This paper introduces a unifying framework, the fear-bravery-tension formula, designed to bridge this gap by offering a quantifiable, scalable model for understanding how human beings collapse potential futures into lived realities through the interplay of emotional charge and action. Drawing inspiration from both quantum physics and behavioral science, this formula represents a new field of inquiry, the mathematics of becoming. 2. Theoretical background. 2.1. Quantum superposition and wave function collapse. In quantum mechanics, particles exist in a state of superposition blend of multiple possible states until they are observed, at which point the wave function collapses into a singular outcome. This phenomenon has inspired philosophical inquiries into the nature of observation, consciousness, and reality selection. The fear-bravery-tension formula draws an analogy between human decision-making and quantum collapse. Human beings exist in a state of potential realities until a decision, action, is made, collapsing one possibility into the material world. The emotional tension between fear and bravery serves as the probability amplitude that influences which reality collapses. WV 2.2. Emotional decision-making models. Current models in psychology emphasize the importance of emotion in decision-making. Affective neuroscience shows that emotions drive behavior more powerfully than pure logic. Damasio, 1994. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, highlights the feedback loop between thought, emotion, and behavior. However, these models often lack a formal mechanism for explaining how emotional intensity and competing emotional drives, for example, fear versus bravery, translate into real-world outcomes over time. 2.3 Gaps in existing behavioral frameworks. Despite advancements, existing models face 3 key limitations. 1. Lack of quantification. Emotional drivers are rarely measurable or mathematically formalized. 2. Binary framing. Models often reduce decisions to yes, no, overlooking the dynamic tension between opposing emotional states.